In our research for this war special, we discovered that a lot of gaming takes place in the military, both out in war zones and after returning home from service.
We spoke to a number of veterans, including Nate Seraphine from Operation Supply Drop, an organisation that provides troops with games when they need them most.
I joined the Army in 2001. I was an intelligence analyst, and I was stationed in Fort Lewis, Washington, up in Washington State. When I was deployed in Iraq in 2003, I played through all of Warcraft 3 on a laptop and trackpad. I served with our organization's founder, Steve Machuga. He was my captain in the Army, and when he created this organization, I started volunteering and turned into the position I'm in now. What we do is provide care packages to troops deployed overseas, video game care packages.
You've done us a great service. Here is your reward.
And we support veterans back home with different programs in social support networks.
I deployed to the Middle East in 2008 and 2009. I spent 2 months in Kuwait, and then I moved to the UAE.
Tarin Kowt was the main Australian base, and we were there with the Americans and a few other nationalities, but me personally, I spent most of my time at a place called Patrol Base Wally, and that was a lot smaller than Tarin Kowt and a lot more isolated.
Me personally, I was in northern Iraq. There was no internet really. We had our tactical internet for actual war use, but you couldn't get online and do anything.
It was more so local area network gaming between ourselves on our laptops.
I remember playing a lot of Skyrim just because I could play it offline, and it was just sort of, didn't need anyone else to be involved. It was sort of some alone time I could have. I think the main game we played was Age of Empires 3. Just came out of that because someone had it, and I mean, most guys had laptops, but the internet basically was just used for contacting people at home.
Even being deployed in a war zone, there's so much downtime. You'd be surprised at how much free time you have on your hands, and keeping unit morale up is a constant struggle.
Being deployed is mostly a very boring experience, punctuated by a whole lot of frantic activity and scary activity.
The gaming aspect that was provided to us over there was just that link in the chain to increase the morale of the people.
It was look forward to, I think. So we might be out somewhere for a week or so. Someone would bring up, "Oh, I can't wait to get back and have a game of Age of Empires or something." So yeah, it was look forward to.
It's incredibly taxing on your mind, and obviously physically as well. So having something like a video game that does engage your problem-solving regions, it's hugely beneficial. Everyone still wants to play the newest Call of Duty or the Madden games or FIFA. Anything that's popular in the general population is still going to be popular with the military crowd.
In with a chance, and that's a fantastic goal.
People certainly don't avoid FPS games just because they're in the military. They take them just like everything else. It's a game. It's not realistic, no matter how realistic the developers try to make it.
Gaming for us is just a recreational pastime, as with everything else. When we start talking about armed conflicts and the comparison in that, it's a very serious work where this is our job, this is what we do, and it's literally life and death.
It's just like when you're watching a badly done war movie and you look and that would never happen. So it's the same with video games. Watching people play Call of Duty or Battlefield, everyone's literally jumping around, and you never do that. Nobody jumps.
Playing a computer game as a, top-notch soldier is a little bit different to real life. And you need to imagine yourself with a ton of weight on, not having fun, going through some real stuff.
I get more involved in video games now than I ever used to. When I got out of the military, I developed some depression stemming from my time served there, and playing video games really helps me cope with that. It wasn't anything real specific. It was just the overall act of gaming it was a calming action. You have a world with specific rules, and everything follows the rules, and there's a right thing to do things and a wrong way to do things, and it's calming. We have a lot of people that do benefit from playing video games, and they use that as a coping mechanism. to calm themselves down when they need to be, and to reach out and meet new people through gaming communities or online. What we do is set up social support networks, communities around the world, in cities around the world, where veterans and civilians can come together and use gaming as a catalyst to forge lasting friendships and help each other out. So my typical day involves sitting on Skype and setting up teams all over the place. We are sending a supply drop down to the 1st Combat Signal Regiment in Darwin. That'll be coming in the next couple of weeks. They asked to have us outfit their enlisted mess hall with a couple of consoles and multiplayer games. So we're gonna make sure that they're taken care of down there. People that have approached us and said that because of the games that we've given them and donated to the warriors hospitals and everything like that, that they've really come a long way with their recovery, and it's helped them basically get their life back on track. And especially in the field, all of our requests are for anything that's multiplayer. And especially when you're out somewhere without an internet connection, it's good to have a game where you can have multiple people playing on the same console. We have a program called Thank You Deployments, and with our relationships with developers and publishers, we're able to bring veterans, and especially wounded veterans, to larger game shows like PAX or E3 and give them a VIP treatment behind the scenes and allow them to meet some people in the industry and hopefully be able to get jobs in the industry if that's what they desire. We've had several people that have talked to us about how volunteering for us and helping us do the job that we do has saved their life. We've had a lot of people that have attempted suicide and come out the other side realizing that there is a purpose to life, and they can come and help us support the troops and the veterans that we do support every day. And it can be through friendly rivalries or co-op games and everything like that. It runs the gamut, and it's a fantastic thing.